This morning, it's cold, frosty. What time is it? 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And no wind. We just arrived at Spike Island, which means nothing to a lot of people. But then, if you've seen a film or you went to the concert in the 90s, this is where the Stone Roses had their gig. It's not the most luxurious of locations, but it's got a little bit of history to it. Stupid dog. Now that river's moving quite quick. So just behind those trees there is our old bridge that crosses the Mersey. It was a nightmare traffic-wise, so they decided to build us a new bridge, which is that one. It's about 2 or 3 years old now, I think, and it's a godsend. It's amazing. Looks alright as well. Found my mum's Mother's Day present. Just need to come back in a couple of weeks when they've fully bloomed. So here we are, underneath our new bridge. I've never been underneath it before, and over it a million times. Doesn't look too bad. Just marvelling in the engineering construction of this bridge. It's crazy. There it goes. It just goes on for miles. Madness. Right, boy. Get off you.
No.
Yeah, I haven't really looked it up, but I reckon this is the field where the gig was, because this is definitely the biggest open space in this area. So there'd be many happy teenagers here in 1990, I think it was. You say they were talking about making a remake with like a tribute band.
Yeah, so they're going to hold the Clone Roses, I think it is.
Clone Roses.
We're meant to be doing a gig here last year, but obviously because of COVID it got cancelled.
Yeah. Be alright though, wouldn't it? Because the view to the left of the Mersey and the new bridge and all that, be alright. What do you think, Spike Island?
It ain't bad.
Not bad. Not bad for a little local spot. Right on the river. Back to real life. Been to Spike Island, walking in the sunshine. And now we're back in the utility room. First coat went on yesterday. Seemed to go on alright. Our walls are shocking in here though, because it's just a dumping room full of crap. But yeah, it's dark blue. It's a south facing room as well, so it's a pain because the sun's coming right through the window all the time. But hopefully today we'll get this boxed off with a second coat, get the barbecue on and have a few beers tonight. First, we got food for the workers. You got no chance, lad. No chance in hell. If we have any professional painter and decorators on here, please do look away now. Second coat just drying. It looks dark, really dark on this camera, but it looks alright. That wall is a bit of a mess. We're gonna have to cover that with pictures and shells and stuff. But yeah, it does alright. So we've got the freezer, washing machine and dishwasher. Not that you needed to know that, but if anyone's remotely interested, we used Farrow and Ball's stiff key blue in modern emulsion. A modern emulsion apparently is a bit more hard wearing. So next is going to be downstairs toilet. So that's going to get the same treatment because we've still got a tin of that paint left. So here's a little tip. Probably know it already, but I've run out of fire lighters for the barbecue. So what I'm going to do is just scrunch a piece of kitchen roll up, douse it in virgin olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and light it. Works a treat. Now what we're going to be having, some bone-in chicken thighs with the skin on from local butchers, and then we're going to use the Angus and Link sweet bones and butts rub. Superb stuff, can't get enough of it. And then after about 20 minutes, half an hour of being cooked, the last 20 minutes I'm just going to put this glazed and confused barbecue sauce on it. It works an absolute treat. See? Nicely coloured, nicely covered top and bottom. That'll char nicely with the high heat.
What's like you're putting in the chicken?
What's it called? The Angus and Link stuff. Glazed and confused. The barbecue sauce with a glaze in it. And it just gives it a really nice sheen.
Tastes delicious.
It tastes amazing. Nice and sweet.
Got some minty lamb turds on a stick.
Only the finest turds for us though.
This animal here doesn't usually get fed till 6 and he is on pins. He's got another at least an hour to go. Oscar.
Can anyone give us a hand with this? I'm not sure we're going to eat it all. So it's now Saturday, towards the end of our week off, and we thought we'd done enough walking this week, done enough painting, to have a little crack at the garden, because the garden's been neglected for a while. So we decided to go to a local shop today. It was heaving, but they had bags of gravel, so we thought we'll put some of them under the acer tree next to the decking. No idea how many we needed, so we just got the last 3 bags, 3 for the 10 I think it was. And we thought, well, that might give us a good overall covering, and then we might need to top it up to make it a bit thicker. Now, I'm no landscaper, but I'm pretty sure this is a poor show. So it's about, I don't know, 1 metre by 2 metres. And that's 3 bags, which isn't great. So I think we're going to need a fair few more, or a big old bulk bag. But if anyone knows about trees and stuff, we've got this gorgeous red Japanese acer tree, and we've put this membrane, obviously stop the weeds coming up, but we have left a little bit of a gap for the water to get through the stones and still feed the roots. So if that's likely to be too small a gap, do us a favour and let us know. Got another 8 bags from a local supplier. Going in the back of the Jag. The poor old thing's getting absolutely battered this week. Have to go in the other way, I think.
Okay. And 3 bags from B&M just won't do.
These probably won't do either.
My strand's heavy. I tried to lift it but couldn't.
Let's try that again. 3 bags from B&M, didn't do it. So we just got 8 bags from the garden centre. It's probably still going to be nowhere near enough, but it's going to be better than what we've currently got. Well, turns out it doesn't look too shabby. It probably looks better on camera than it actually is. There's still a few gaps to be covered, obviously around the edges as well. But that just needs about another 6 bags, I think. Nice thick 2-inch covering. And that is job number 1 of 736 jobs to do in the garden, because we've still got like fence panels to be replaced, furniture needs treating, this decking needs sanding down and retreating, and it's a stunning deck. It's yellow below, hardwood. Need a fence panel behind that. But yeah, there's a lot to do. Got all kinds of plans. Raised beds along the bottom, patio along the side with a gazebo and an outdoor kitchen in the corner. Oh, and sorting the dog's burn marks out in the grass as well. Yeah, that's just him. Poison pisser. Aren't you, boy? Poison pisser. So we've decided to tackle the smoker so we can get some beef ribs on tomorrow. And they're the 2 grills, obviously covered in mould, but the bowl is on a whole nother level. If anybody's wondering how you get rid of mould in your smoker, you just burn it. But be warned, it smokes a bit. So Sunday morning, last morning of our week off, and it's frosty and sunny and glorious. And all you can hear is bird song. It looks like tinsel in our conservatory there. It's not. So yeah, we cleaned the smoker last night, burnt it off for 2 to 3 hours, give it a good old scrub with a wire brush, and just hoping that it finally sorts itself out. And normally that dog's tail curling like that means he's about to take a poo, and there he goes. So I'll save you from a second viewing of his poo. We'll just concentrate on the grill, shall we? Yeah, look at that. Not a penicillin, not a bit of penicillin in sight. So, took second grill, first grill, got a good scrub. Just need to scrub the drip tray really. So what I'm going to do this morning is light it up, burn it for an hour or two, and then check out the sandals with the socks. Birkenstocks, so they're alright. Yeah, then we're going to throw some beef ribs on it and have it with a roast in it. But that's the way you've got to see out your last day on a week off out. She's now clean and ready to go. Fear not, this may look like a lot of meat. That's because it is a lot of meat. So what we've got is beef ribs. This is like a 1.8 kilo dinosaur type piece. It's just ridiculous. And we've got a couple of smaller ones. Now, these are much smaller than they look because there's quite a bit of fat on these. Obviously you don't eat the fat, it just helps keep the meat moist. So we've got our Angus and Oink dirty cow on the big one, but I ran out after a... Jesus, that smoked in my eyes. I ran out of dirty cow after doing that one, so I had to go for the Angus and Oink General on these two. It'll be interesting to see what the difference is. See you in about 8 hours. So we've been back to the garden centre and bought 6 more bags. Hopefully that'll be the end of it.
Welcome to me.
So for anybody who underestimates, like we do quite often, this area we expected 3 bags to give a good covering. We ended up doing 17 bags, and it could probably do with being a little bit thicker, but the area's covered. So yeah, 17 bags, people. Do that, boy. Are we stupid? Yup. So we're on about 6 hours cook now. My little thermometer said 5 minutes to go. So let's see if she's right. Oh yeah. Now it looks like just an absolute charcoal mess, but that bark is what gives it the flavour. That is going to be so good. And that's the little thermometer there. That's called a meter. It basically tells me phone when my food's cooked. Oh, mama! So we shouldn't need this knife, but some of it's very crispy.
That's from Morrison's.
This one's from Morrison's, yeah. The really thin bits have just gone really crispy and stuck to the bone, but nice clean bone. This big beast.
No.
There you go, look at that.
Oscar thinks it's his tea.
That's a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we?
Good.
Turn the video off, we've got some beef to eat.